discussion regarding the community cat program.
Todd, where are we?
I think Councilwoman Carey, not Todd.
Where are we?
I mean, we keep having this
I don't know,
conversation that goes round
let's
and
roll
round.
this back, I don't know,
2 years.
24 months ago. We can pull all this.
That's in October 2017 years ago.
Pardon?
October 2017.
Is that what it was?
Okay.
All right, then we pull all those meeting notes out and have that discussion all over again. Look, the feedback that I get from folks in my district, and I happen to have a constituent here today that's with us, who's going to join in with us. And, I don't know if he's here. He may want to speak. He can if the chair would allow him to speak. If he wants to speak, he can if he'd like. I would welcome it if he'd like. But not only from his perspective, but others that I've heard from, it's well-meaning. It's a well-meaning program, but it's just not logistically working. And I still don't believe it does anything to address the population issue. It catches what's there. It prevents the continued growth of the colony of such or the unwanted animals. But they're still there. And so population growth, I think, is going to have to be addressed, and we're going to have to figure a way out. What do we do with some of these animals that, and they're obvious that nobody wants them? Because if they wanted them, they would take care of them. They would take ownership of them. And some of them, and it's not of their own doing. And believe me, I've had this conversation too. I'm not being very callous to the fact that they are still living animals. I would submit to you, I probably spend more on animals than anybody sitting at this table.
I know you found me. That might be a close
I can guarantee you I do. And I'm not talking about just from normal maintenance and feed. I'm talking veterinary bills and everything else. Okay?
$4,000 surgery.
So what I guess I'm saying is that we just need to rethink this. Because I just don't believe it's working. So,
I can agree with that. This gentleman would like to speak.
Jeff, would you like to speak? Or?
Yeah, I moved in. Come on up here to the
If you
chair.
will, you just come right up here. Administrator will provide you a nice chair. And just, if you give us your name and your address.
My name is Carl Epps, and I live at 214 Lookout Point Road in Lexington County. It's in the Charwood subdivision. I moved in that subdivision in 1985. We had a lot of feral cats living in the interceptor sewer system throughout the neighborhood, and I worked with Lexington County Animal Control on getting traps to trap 14 of those cats, and kept losing my trap back to the county because you could only have it so many days. So I bought my own trap, and not only do you have feral cats, but you have free roaming cats because people do not keep their cats in their yard. And I'm not a pet owner, but I have flower beds, and I feed. I have 3 feeding bird feeders, and I have planted rosemary and done everything on the internet to keep cats out of my yard. Up until 2017, October 2017, the leash law allowed me to trap cats and take them to animal control, and the owner had to go reclaim them, or if they didn't, they were euthanized. And that was working for me. But then the community cat program holds me hostage because I've got to trap a cat, take it and get it fixed, and let it back out into my neighborhood, which does not solve my problem.
And we've had that discussion on a number of occasions, and those are sort of the types of things that we somewhat anticipated with this all this being talked about. So Mr. Epps is living this, I guess, discomfort of such of having to deal again with unwanted, animals. And a pet is something I would think somebody owns and wants. So sometimes the terminology may play into the emotions of what we have here. And again, I don't want to be callous to the fact that they're still living animals, but we've got to come away of understanding that they're reproducing at whatever rate that's taking place, and they're unwanted reproduction. So for me, it's twofold. It's not just say we're just going to gather them all and kill them. We have to do something, I think, to somehow
because there are continued excessive number of feral cats or just roaming cats around that no one seems to take particular care of, and it's an invasion into their, whether they're on their property or whether they open a garage door to clean it out and the cats come charging into their garages. They don't necessarily want to be handled by the people, but they're in that safe haven in their spots. They do jump on fences, they do get in the backyards. There are issues with several of my neighbors saying that, they go out to cook out and they've messed up their, grills and their decks and their children's play areas, and they don't want to have to go behind these particular animals and clean up after them when they don't want to own them, period. And I don't know what the happy medium is here. I know we've had this conversation since I've been here several times. I've been on the phone with animal control several times. I've met with the people at Palmetto several times. I just don't know what the happy medium is, but the same thing I keep saying is this: I cannot continue to tell my constituents, you are forced into this without an out.
Well, I'll tell you, what it
that.
appears to me is, just from listening over the course of all these years, is we're getting complaints now and having issues now that we didn't have before this program came into play. You didn't have all these complaints. You may have had a complaint here or there, but it was nothing on the magnitude that we're getting now, nor was the population.
And you're right, and I voted for the cat program. So, but my recollection is not the best, but my recollection was that Palmetto Private come pick up the cats as they were called.
No, you had to take it, drop it off.
But it didn't cost you nothing.
Hold on.
Right. The way the program was supposed to work was if the citizen had a complaint, they would be referred to Palmetto. Palmetto would then say, hey, come rent the trap. They'd rent the trap for $40. Drive over to Irmo, get the trap, go back, set the trap, take the cat back, right? And then they have to wait for the cat to get neutered or whatever. Then they take it back out, release it out to the community, and then take the trap back.
Okay, so it cost them $40.
Cost them $40. It's a deposit. They get it back.
So,
but what it takes is a bunch of time and driving back and forth. And no offense, but it's Bower Parkway and Irmo, which is Parkson Boulevard.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Yes, sir.
If it's available.
If it's available.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can call and call and call, and there is no one to talk to.
Y'all saw
That's
my
Palmetto last one?
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all saw my post. Somebody answered my post where they wanted to charge $150.
Yeah, and that was the other thing that was on there. The funding, now if you remember back, go back and read through, they would charge you nothing but the deposit on the trap as long as they had the funding in place to pay for the spade and neuters. But if it went over a certain amount or something, blah, 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 then the person bringing them in could be responsible for the price of the spade and
See, and
neuter.
here's the biggest complaint I'm getting is my constituents say, I don't want cats. If I wanted cats, I'd have cats. So why do I have to be responsible?
We got a man right back there who said he had to pay.
Yeah, see, that's
You had to pay?
And see, and I disagree with that. I don't think we should be forcing people, and I'm sorry that happened. I voted for it. I don't think that we should be forcing people to pay to neuter a cat that is not their cat, that they don't want to take care of, that they're trying to.
I think at this point in time, whether we vote or not, it is immaterial for me. We're confronted with it, and if somebody like Carl wants to take his time today, and be at a council meeting when he could be doing other things other than this, that he feels strong enough about it to voice his opinion openly and publicly to us, speaks to me all I need to be spoken to.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, all I'm going to say is this, is that in some shape or form, I think there's got to have to be a happy medium. It's not if.
That's okay. So what is that medium? Because I think all of us, and I don't know, I can't speak to every single person, but I know who voted against it, and I know they're still against it. So I know you say it doesn't matter, but I think, and Debbie hasn't spoken, she voted for it, and Glenn wasn't on here.
I was waiting.
So those of us who did vote for it, who were saying, hey, we recognize this, who voted for it, that's who voted for it, I voted for it.
What was it, 5-4, wasn't it?
5-4.
5-4.
It was 6-3, because Larry changed his vote on the last second, but it was really 5-4. So, with that being said, I think we have to figure out what that happy medium is, because somebody having to pay $150 to get a cat that they don't own, that they don't take ownership of, that's not right.
And charging to come pick up the cat
There's two things here, Rich.
is,
The deposit I get is on the trash back.
And
it's not a revenue source.
$150 not cool.
You've got a highly educated individual that spoke to you and everything, and I know that what he says is true because I've watched the administrator as exposed, and he intimately knows all of this because he spent about 8 or 9 years in that venue. So the long and short of this, we have a staff, we had a county lease law ordinance because, John, I'm putting you on the spot, but pet does mean a canine and a feline, right?
Not since y'all changed it, doesn't it?
No.
Not since we changed it, but pet was defined as a canine and a feline, okay?
That's right.
Which required each of these to be on a leash or either contained on your property.
If they weren't used on animal control,
Yes,
animal control
yes, yes.
provision.
It required them to be restrained, and there were several manners of what met the definition of restraint.
My suggestion here would be that we take this to another meeting and let animal control bring us some information.
Look, Debbie, ready for, what are you
Yeah.
going to say?
I think that there's enough vote here, if you will, it's not the right word, but enough support for heading back in the direction in which we were. But I think we owe it to the people we partnered with who told us what we could expect. I think we need to bring them back in and just tell them where we are and say, this is not working. Maybe they can help us find that happy medium.
Debbie,
But
I agree 100%. I was only going to move just a small bit of direction, and I was getting ready to say, I would really like them and our staff to come back together
I agree.
and formulate
It's the right way to do
a
it.
different plan.
Right.
This plan's not working.
Don't tell me the plan's going to work and all these other things are going to happen. We don't want to hear any of that. We want to develop a new plan.
But I've been in that meeting, I've been at that table, I've had this conversation, and that conversation goes something like this. This is the plan, there is no alternate plan, and it has to work this way.
Yeah.
It's worked in other communities, it's worked in other counties, and that's the way it's gonna work. I've been at that table.
Well, this is what I
Well,
vote. I didn't vote for
Go
it,
ahead,
but I
Bob.
vote to send it back where it was at.
That's my vote would be to send it back to where we was at, but I agree with what they're saying. Let's hear what they got to say, but I agree with Beth. I think we're gonna get told, this is what it is, this is what it's gonna be, and
Because I
there's no
asked
option.
specifically to come up with an alternate plan that accommodates those individuals in the community who do not want to participate, who do not. And that's where there is no medium here, because you either
Well, let's just
have to
Yes, sir.
participate,
But if we let them come back along with animal control, they all come back, we've given them the opportunity.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
To
That's
give
right.
us
Let's hear what this gentleman has to say. Yes,
So
sir.
we heard, yes.
There is I'm looking online, and I don't know how valid it is, but there's a South Carolina statute that if you have an animal, you trap it, it's a pet, you can take it to your animal control, and the person responsible for it has to come and declare whether it's had its rabies shots. And they're charged to put that animal up. Now, Lexington County leads the state in rabies now. And just last May, you had a cat attack 3 people in Lexington. So, we got a problem. I'm being held hostage by a community cat program that doesn't work, and we got people in our neighborhood now are becoming where they're shooting them with BB guns and things like that. And it's creating a lot of hostility.
Sure.
If you think Republican and Democrats fight, non-cat owners and cat owners,
Really funny.
it is terrible, because the first time when I was trapping them, the individual beside me put out a flyer through my neighborhood telling people that I was luring cats in their yard and killing them. Now, that's a problem.
Sure. And that's where I was going with this, is I would love nothing more than for every person on the planet to be an animal lover and have dozens of them in their homes, but that's simply not who we are,
Yeah.
where we are in our community. And it just seems to me that it's becoming more difficult to look people in the face and say, you have to take responsibility for something that you don't want.
All right, well, due to time, Joe, can we make that happen? Get the 2 entities back together and bring them before us?
That's what council wants, that's what we'll do.
All right.
Well, let me say this before we go there, okay? And I know where you are, and I've sat in my share of them too. But what I heard a while ago, I think is the best source for all of us. You've got the opportunity. Either you can take it, or you can deny it, okay? Here's your opportunity to do something different. And if you choose not to take the opportunity to see how serious we're gonna be. We have the ability that we can take that opportunity for you, and I think where you may already be, and you too, it can go right
You
now.
got 5 votes right now to repeal what we have.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, we give them an opportunity, they don't take it, it gets repealed, it's that simple.
Yeah.
So I think
And we put it to them in those terms.
we'll bring you back the numbers of what all the successes of it. The challenge remains the same as it did in 2012 when this came up, 2016. The issue is the fact that when the cats are removed, and then they get spayed, neutered, and they get the rabies shots, doesn't solve the issue that
Right.
requires them to be
Correct.
brought back to the same place and let go. And that's the way the program works.
Right.
There's not 50 acres out in the middle somewhere that you're gonna go take all these and dump them on some property
Nope.
that you
It's not yet,
have.
Joe, and if they feel that strongly about it,
But they
Right.
can do that.
they can do something like that. They
That's
can
the
create
issue.
a colony that.
That's the issue.
Yep.
That's the main issue that we're having is what do you do when you remove them and you do all that? The folks in the community, like Chef says, I don't want them back, period. Don't bring them back. And you can spay and neuter them all you want, just don't bring them back here. And that's the issue that's gotta be resolved.
And also, Mr. X wants to pay to have them spayed.
I shouldn't have to
Yeah.
track them, take my time to try to find somebody, because a lot of times they're full.
Yep.
They're not gonna take them from you. So I gotta let the cat back out,
Yep.
you know.
And that's my point, we
Well,
can't
let's-
force people to take responsibility for something they don't.
Let's make this meeting happen and give them their opportunity, because all we're doing is holding constituents like this, you know,
As you said, a hostage.
we're holding them hostage. I mean,
What we'll do is invite some of that Lifeline back in here. I think they're well aware of some of council's concerns,
Yep.
because council's had conversations. We'll let them come back in here and discuss what they think about the program and if there are any alternatives to that.
Carl, thank you for
Thank you
taking.
very
Thank you.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
Our government works.
We're gonna
Thank
try to
you.
make it work.
all right. Our next item be Brad Kane, Lexington County Sheriff's Department uniform renewal.
Sir, thank you for having me. I just have the one renewal. The contract, 2 vendors expires April 13th, and we spend about $137,000 a year between both vendors, and the department has no problems with this contract. Happy to answer any questions you may
Any
have.
questions on this item? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we got some old business. Anybody have anything on the penny tax? They had their first meeting. They have 6 members now. I watched that meeting online. One of the 2 members, the 2 newest members, if you hadn't watched it, one of them was from Batesburg, one of them was from West Columbia. So they have a pretty diverse group. So if nobody has anything on that, we'll strike that off. Possible ban on plastic bags. I reckon that's just an ongoing thing that, yeah, nobody really knows what to do about these situations right now. All right, if nothing more, we are adjourned.
Thanks.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys need to look at your things, because we have a planning commission issue. This is off the record, I guess, but 2 of the last 4 meetings for the planning commission have not been held because they did not have a quorum. You'll see there are 3 members that are not, have not attended their bare minimum requirement. So if you would like to replace your person, if one of those 3 people is your person, you'd like to replace them, I would strongly recommend that at this time, because we need to have a meeting so we can move things along, because it has to go to them, and it's a recommendation for us to move along in our process. The ordinance is not that. So, I don't know who, I'm not gonna. The planning commission, 2 of the last 4 meetings, they have not had meetings because they have not had a quorum.
One of them might have
Because
seen that.
3 of the planning commission people have been missing meetings, so much to the extent that one of them has missed 50% of her meetings. 2 of them have missed 30% of their meetings, which means they're above the threshold they can be dismissed for cause. So District 4, District 5, and District 8, I would strongly recommend that you look into getting someone else who can actually attend meetings. That's all.
I want to